This is TWiT.
We're going to talk about Reddit's client apps now. And now there's a wide swath and a long history of Reddit's, clients, both official and unofficial. I mean, I've used freemium ones for years, and, typically freemium ones have ads, and then often they'll have a one-time fee to remove ads. Reddit has their own official app, which has some amazing developers on it. Hi, guys. Friends of not the show, but me. But of course, for, those that aren't on the running the official app, something to note is that it is a $5.99 a month subscription for premium features and removes apps. So you can kind of see that there's a lot of a lot in the Reddit client ecosystem there between third-party apps and official apps. Well, there might be a bit of a shakeup in that ecosystem, or I don't know, like an asteroid, like the one that the dinosaurs kind of got nuked by, coming in, because Reddit has announced a significant change to its API and terms of use. And basically, Reddit is going to start charging devs for access to the platform API. And this charge will be based on the app's overall usage. So how much does a given app actually hit the API? So the details are not finalized yet, but Reddit says it will be, quote, reasonable with pricing and not prohibitively expensive. They are further quoted as saying, the goal is not to make this inherently a big profit center, but to cover both the cost of usage as well as the opportunity cost of users not using the official app, lost ad viewing, etc. So, I mean, it's hard to see third-party free Reddit apps continuing after this. There's going to be they're not going to have, there's not a lot of incentive now when you have to pay for the cost of API to release a free app, but that still leaves room for certainly, premium Reddit apps like Apollo, for example, a Reddit client developed by Christian Selig, which does have an Apollo Ultra premium subscription version. And Selig himself has said that, he plans to kill the free version, but keep Apollo Ultra going. And to kind of offset the sting, I guess, of having devs actually pay for the Reddit API, Reddit says they intend to actually broaden the API so that devs can actually access premium features. For example, in the future, when this API is paid for, devs could even include things like Reddit chat, which presumably they can't now. So they're trying to kind of offset it, okay, if you actually pay for, Reddit API, it's not just that you're paying for what you got, but we'll try to sweeten the pie by actually giving you a more fully featured API. And just to put a little flavor on it, Christian Selig of Apollo did actually kind of go into a lot of questioning and kind of asking specifics from Reddit. And I mean, he, just to kind of paraphrase, he is relatively positive. He said this could be a positive change if done well and reasonably. And he does state that it provides a mean for third-party apps to have a stable, consistent, and future-looking relationship with Reddit. Of course, it does ride on whether the final pricing is reasonable, whatever that means. So I know I have feelings about this, but what do y'all think?
I know you do.
I figured you would.
I do. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Would you be sad or disappointed if, say, your theoretical, hypothetical, Reddit free client died because
It definitely echoes what's going on in the social media space on Twitter, right? I mean, for sure, where
yes.
My preferred
timing, totally.
The timing is very similar to that.
Yeah.
My preferred Twitter client, Talon, went the way of the dodo because Twitter decided to shut off their API and all that sort of stuff. And it's a tough thing because I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but the egalitarian, decentralized internet that we all love, and it's built on APIs and services, and we can innovate and stuff like that, is great, but it's also a bit of a non-capitalist pipe dream. And ultimately, the platforms control themselves. And if they decide they want to shut off their API so they can control the experience to achieve some business goal, that's, we might not like it, but that's up to that's their prerogative,
It's the same with speech on the platform and everything. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a business, and that business, within the confines of what's legal, the law, can choose to do whatever they kind of want to with the business for better or for worse, for, as far as the users are concerned. Yeah. I mean, Yes, if I was a user of a free Reddit app, like a hardcore user of a free Reddit app, and I found that the Reddit app was going away because of this, of course I'd be upset. Sure. If I don't know what it's like to be a developer, but I imagine if I was a developer with a free Reddit app, I'd be pretty pissed. But at the same time, like, I get it. Like, I understand. Like, at the end of the day, the Reddit is a business. They do make money off of ads that it sounds like on these third-party apps, they're not able to make that money. And so through that lens alone, the fact that it's been the way that it has been for as long as it has been is kind of interesting. It's kind of astounding. But of course, they have ambitions now. They want to, they're going to go public and everything. So these things were going to get buttoned up. It was only a matter of time. So I guess I kind of understand. And like you pointed out, when at least if they're going to change the rules, at least they're giving a little bit something more for those paid apps. They're not cutting it off entirely. Like, we've seen that happen too, where it's like, nope, screw you. We realize we built our business around, the fact that there are third-party developers that support this, but we don't care about you anymore and you can't do it anymore. Like, we've seen that with Twitter. That's not happening here with Reddit, at least. So if you have an app and you have a premium version, you get to keep the premium version. That's something. I don't know if it's enough, but I don't know. That's how I feel about it. How do you feel about it, Huyen? I know you have opinions.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think this is fairly reasonable. And I feel weird saying that because, again, as we mentioned, the timing is weird because there's a different story on certain bird sites where where when that happened on that site, it felt a little more icky and opportunistic and like whatever. But the timing is strange. But things cost money, developer time costs money, and even like upkeeping an API. So like that's actually something that I've been frustrated as a developer, is that a lot of companies don't offer, whatever. Pick your favorite app, pick your favorite even product, like whether that's like, for example, I have like a rower and it actually has a very beautiful API that I could integrate with, for example. So whatever your product is, if you want it to be integrated with, say, other kind of like partner apps or related apps, adjacent apps, you have to make an API. And making an API is not free. Like someone has to take the upkeep of that, the maintenance of that, adding features, responding to developers in the community that have either bug reports or feature requests or whatever. That's not free. That's someone's time. And yeah. We got to eat too, y'all. And like, I think if we can move to a model where, and again, it kind of, we'll have to see what the API cost eventually is and how scaled it is for, usage. Like maybe I would like to see something where if a user is using, I don't know what the numbers on this would be to make sense, but maybe if you have like less than 500 API calls a month, maybe it's free, something like that. Yeah. Whereas, of course, someone that is a developer that has a very high traffic app, probably like Apollo or one of the other apps that we used to use. I don't know. I used Bacon Reader a long time ago. I don't even know if it's still around. But, obviously if they are having more traffic, more users, more people paying for it, they would probably be able to pay more, and their app would cost more. So I think it's fair, and I would like to see how that works. And because, if we can make this model, if Reddit can develop a model that is tenable, that is kind of like, that is acceptable to devs, I think that'll just make the space better. And yeah, like there's so many great apps that could do more with integration and stuff like that. But just someone needs to do the work. And if you're expecting a company that actually, is a company that's a business, you can't always expect them to do it for free. Mm-hmm. It was nice back in the old days, in the wild, wild west of the web and the internet, but we all got to eat, and there's going to be an ROI. So if we can find a way for everyone to get compensated for their time, maybe we'll all get nicer things. That's just how the way it goes. So I'm positive and hopeful, but we'll see.
I forgot about Bacon Reader. That was my Reddit app of choice many years ago as well. But I mean, I've been using the official Reddit app. I was going to
say, is the official? It's so funny because I use the official Reddit app too, and it's fine. Like it's not an app that I either love or hate. Whereas for whatever reason, and probably because years of using Talon, I just loathe to use the official Twitter app. Mm-hmm. So like if Reddit wasn't offering a satisfying option through the official app, I could see this, being something more upsetting. Mm-hmm. But again, it's their business, it's their prerogative. We just like this harkens back to the decade ago apocalypse when all the Facebook games developers got their knees cut out from them because Facebook changed the rules, and it just goes to show you can't build your business on someone else's back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you do, you can. But if you do, understand that is probably like there's a high likelihood that that's a time limited offer. And there's not a whole lot of choice you have about that. Mm-hmm. So if that happens, like, I mean, I guess you can make your, you can make some noise, and hopefully that changes how they do it. And, maybe they address your concerns that way. But yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do about that. Mm-hmm. So.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am Ant Pruitt, and I am the host of Hands on Photography here on TWiT TV. I know you got yourself a fancy smartphone, you got yourself a fancy camera, but your pictures are still lacking. Can't quite figure out what the heck shutter speed means? Watch my show. I got you covered. Want to know more about just the ISO and exposure triangle in general? Yeah, I got you covered. Or if you got all of that down, you want to get into lighting, making things look better by changing the lights around you. I got you covered on that too. So check us out each and every Thursday here on the network. Go to twit.tv/hop and subscribe today.